Hey everyone, it's Dunmer. We're gonna do a little Easter special. What do we do for an Easter special? Why? We go Easter egg hunting, of course. I'm gonna show you a couple little Easter eggs scattered throughout. Well, I'm playing more Oblivion, so possibly, more Oblivion. We're right now in Solstheim. And we'll head to Vvardenfell and we'll do a couple. I'll show you a couple off Easter eggs. But right now, I kind of just wanted to show you this because I kind of thought it was actually kind of pretty, the snowfall and everything. We're by the ice castle, if you care to know. Mind the dead pig. Also, it's going to give you a little Easter egg, sort of, offhand. That's the name of this expansion, which Solstheim came with, which is called Blood Moon, which is another name for Hunter Moon, which makes sense since you're hunting werewolves or becoming werewolves or picking a werewolf's nose, whatever you want to do. It's also another reference for Harvest Moon. And quite recently, actually, last week, we had a real-life blood moon. So, just thought that would be a little interesting tidbit. So we'll go off, and I'll show you a couple Easter eggs. I don't know how many to show you, I'll probably show you a few. Kind of more notable ones throughout. Definitely Vvardenfell and Morrowind. Maybe we'll jump into a regular old Cyrodiil and I'll show you a Easter egg or two. We'll just have to see. Hey everyone, we're here in Vvardenfell. If you couldn't guess by our dead friends, diseased cliff racers, nasty little things. Anyways, we're here. Why are we here? Well, there's another little bastard. Anyways, like, I can see one or, no, I can see two over there, I can see one up there. Anyways, we're here because I wanted to show you a little guy. If you remember, Tarhiel. Does he actually still have his irons? Scrolls of Icaran Flight. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take the gold. Doesn't really matter. Tarhiel here, for those of you who may or may not know, is actually a reference to the North Carolina Tar Heels. One of the designers of the game is actually went to one of the rival schools of North Carolina, the Blue Devils. I'm trying to think. Duke. Come on. There we go. Duke, which is a rival of the North Carolina Tar Heels. I can't guarantee that information's 100% correct, but I do know that that's what that is a reference to. Also, these scrolls we just picked up are miscellaneous. Scrolls of Icarus Flight is another reference to Icarus. If you don't know the story, he defied his father. He built wings out of wax, and he flew too high, flew too close to the sun, and his wings melted and he fell to his death. Much like this guy here. Probably should have showed that, but we've all played it. We know what happens. And the book just tells his adventures. Yeah, Tarhiel. He's a reference to North Carolina Blue Tar Heels because the guy who was one of the developers actually was a Blue Devil, also known as Duke University. Duke University Blue Devils. And so that It's a reference to his rival school. Another reference, and one I won't be able to show, sorry, is of, if you get the blade called Godbane, you can actually turn it into another name, which I can't remember. Elk Blade, I believe. What's attacking now? Which is a reference to an old Duke basketball player. And, let's beat up a cliff racer with our fisticuffs. Yeah. Is another reference to the blue. Now, there we go. Spell costs nothing. Another reference to, well, a basketball player of Duke University, who, like I said, is one of the developers. And the cost of gold is also a reference to his birth date.
Haven't I heard of you?
1 second, actually. The blade Goldbane, which you can take steps to turn into Eltaband, which is, the name is a reference to a basketball player of the same name who played for Duke University Blue Devils. And the cost of gold, which is 11,171, is reference to his birthday. It's actually a reference to the developer's Mark Nelson's birthday, which is 11/1/1971. And the phrase "Go to hell, Carolina" is used when you acquire the blade. Because Blue Devil Duke is Carolina's rival. So yeah, there you go, a little Easter egg. Hey everyone, we're in a little tomb. If you want to know where I am, I'm at the back of the tomb, Orantho Ancestral Tomb, which, if you're playing Morrowind, is right here. There's the Ursulaku camp. You come out of the Ursulaku camp, you find the Veriloth, which is a Daedric Ruin or a Dunmer Stronghold? Daedric Ruin. And you go south of there, past the Ebernet Shrine to the Ancestral Orantho Ancestral Tomb. And if you're even more confused, it's Bicol. Pretty much north of the map. Dagon Fell is up here. Yeah. So there's a dead skeleton here. Corpse of an adventurer. Oh, he actually has some stuff on him. He has a steel dagger, bone meal, some bread, some gold. There's a ruby, which, sure, why not? Then there's a note. A dying man's last words. It's been many days since the collapse. I have had many good and exciting adventures. I fear this is the last. I am still unsure what happened. Was it a trap that caused the collapse? I didn't hear the click of any device. Perhaps it was simply a freak accident. I was simply in the wrong place at the right time. Regardless, I now lie here, half buried in the collapse with crushed legs. The pain was unbearable for the first day or so, or was it? Who knows? You lose track of time in a place like this, especially in such a situation such as this. The pain has all but left, though. Getting used to the pain is the battle all itself. My time now runs short. I will die here in this tomb. No better place for a dead man. My adventures have taken me all over. I have been places that man never knew existed. I have returned artifacts and fine treasures that were thought to be a myth, from chalices of original long lost to gems with power unbrought by man, to powerful religious artifacts that house more interest to madmen than sane. I shall at least take these fine memories with me to the grave. I shall miss my father. Like me, he was also a man of adventure. I followed in his footsteps, though I was blessed with far more luck than he was until now, of course. He shall be on his own now. At least I'm spared any more jokes about my childhood pet and my students, how I treasure teaching them the secrets and alien concepts of all things unknown and mysterious. May they be successful. Oops. I do not go down alone. I do not go down alone, though. With my crippled body in this heap of earth, I am accompanied by my trusty leather, my steel, and most of all, my token hat. Unable to reach them under the mass, I know they are untouchable and safe. I will not die alone. Farewell, Indy. If you haven't guessed, oops, I didn't mean to take that actually. If you haven't guessed yet, that's a reference to Indiana Jones. Yes, the famous explorer from those movies that we like. Indiana Jones, crushed to death in Morrowind in a tomb. Not sure if that's the way you want to go, but it's the way he went, and we shall not question it. I'll be back. So I've got some good news, bad news. Normally, there should be a skeleton right here. His sword is here. Now, if you ever heard of a little movie called Star Wars Empire Strikes Back, you remember that Luke Skywalker himself got stuck in a cave hung upside down from an icicle. Much like, the adventurer would be here. Pretend it's there. With his lightsaber stuck in the ice. Using the Force, he grabs his lightsaber and cuts himself down. Fights the Bantha, which there are none in Morrowind, unfortunately. There were some boars in here, but killed them. Let's go ahead and take this, see if it's cool. Ithic. Frost damage. And makes his escape. In this case, the adventurer isn't so fortunate. He gets hung up and he, well, probably freezes to death in this cave. If you're wanting to know where this cave is, it's on Solstheim. There it is. Thirsk, Bajorn, the Skalic village, and yes, you can. I'm playing this on more Oblivion, but you can find it on regular Morrowind, no problem. You probably want to be a level 20 plus easily before you do that. But yeah, here. The easiest way to find it is Fort Frostmouth. You can pretty much go almost straight up north to it. But if you know where Thirsk is, you can just go to Thirsk and cross a river, cross another river a little bit east of it. I think the airship's here, the ice castle's up here, just a little bit north of that. So yeah, there's a little Star Wars Empire reference for you. So let's continue our little Easter hunt. We're here in Coral, back in mainland Cyrodiil. Sorry if it's a bit quiet. We're actually here by the statue at the south gate, which is supposed to be an Easter egg, a reference to Michelangelo's finest works. Edition of, I'm probably gonna say this wrong, so I apologize in advance. Pitella. Which is similar in appearance, but not necessarily the same. Well, it's not necessarily an Easter egg, but Mike the Liar is, well, when they have a complaint, fans, they usually reference. Let's see what he says.
I do not wish to fight on horseback. It is a good way to ruin a perfectly good horse, which is to say, a perfectly good dinner.
Yeah, mounted combat not being installed until, well, Skyrim. Not even in base Skyrim itself, it'd be a later version of Skyrim. And he appears in Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. Let's see if he says something else.
I do not wish to
Okay,
fight
now.
on horseback.
And he usually has different phrases. Also runs at like ridiculous speed. Just so you know, I'm running. I think he's got like a... Ooh, never mind. Yeah, don't worry about it. He's got like a speed of 2,000 or something. Because you're not supposed to be able to keep up with him. I don't think you can even keep up with him on horseback. Also want to stay away from that fort. That'd probably be a good idea. There's like mercenaries in there. See how long we can keep up with Mike the Liar. Back here. I think he's already evaded us. I'm gonna call that. So let's, I think, gonna do it for our little Easter egg hunt. It was fun. Maybe next year we'll be able to do more games and find some more interesting Easter eggs. Sorry I couldn't really get any. I was hoping to get some more good ones, but I kind of wasn't able to. And these seem to be the standouts on the various forums and pages of what I could find. If you know any, post them, leave a comment, whatever. Make your own video. Definitely like to know more. I've even found some Easter eggs my own self. One I would have loved to show you from Baldur's Gate actually, but I didn't have a save that would have allowed me to do that without playing a good 10 or 20 hours of the game, which is a shame. I may have to actually come back and do that. We'll see what the future holds. Until then, I think I'm going to call it a night. So, good night. Have a happy Easter. And I just killed myself. On that bombshell, take care, everyone.